Hello guys, welcome back to another live stream. Basically I thought, hey, why not try something new? This is something I have not tried before, and I was wondering if you guys would like something like this, which is I'm gonna try to break the world record on Icarus on live on stream. I totally said that wrong. It's like Icarus. I don't think anybody knows how to properly pronounce it, if we're completely honest, besides like some Greek. It's Greek, right? Well, I mean, it is the Greek mythology texture pack, and it looks Greek, so hopefully I'm getting that right. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of explain and like show on stream, because I'm not sure how this compares to maybe some other gliders, but this is kind of how I work when I'm going for a world record. I just keep, playing the same thing. Well, I'm pretty sure everybody does that. You play the same thing over and over again, but the way I do it, you'll see, there might be some little differences. But anyway, I was analyzing my route with Color's route, original record route, the 132 one, and then the 127 one. And there are interesting things I noticed. Some of them aren't actually any faster. In fact, there's one or two that I think might not really gain you any speed and barely any if they give you. And one or maybe both might actually slow you down. I'll show you where they are. They're right up here. Hopefully. But the first one right up here on the left, I'm not sure if that slows you down, because think about how high in the air you have to go and lose so much speed. And then you're kind of at a weird angle going down. I don't know if that saves you any speed. The other one's right here, where I'm pretty much completely certain that going down instead of going way up right there is a lot faster. Oh, I just died there. Came close. I came close. I was doing pretty good. If I can, at the beginning, I can get about 2 seconds ahead of my ghost. And then if I can gain a little bit of speed on those two sections, like the one where I hit the double boost and the one right before it, gain a little bit of time on those because I figured out how to do those well. That's like 4 or 5 seconds, so I could get under a minute 30, I think, on this map quite easily. And the world record on PlayStation right now is 131. So 127 on Xbox. But again, remember, I'm not actually going for the thing through the middle, the crazy thing Color did, because one, I don't want this live stream to last 10 hours of me just trying to do that over and over again. And two, I'm just going to pause it so I can open up the stream to see the comments. And two, also because I don't need to do it yet at all. It isn't like anybody's forcing me to do it. If somebody forces me to do it, like probably would end up being Jesper, then fine. I'll grudgingly do it. But no, I'm not doing it. Yeah, so basically, this map is objectively, I might do like a hardest maps video type thing, but this is probably objectively the hardest map in the game. When you first looked at it, it looked like it was one of the easiest maps, the simplest routes. It was pretty good. Then more and more as you play this, you realize how not only is there all these really hard shortcuts, but there's all these shortcuts that are a bunch of these shortcuts you don't even know if they're good or not. And I feel like that's part of what makes this map so difficult. And yeah, basically, let's see. I mean, I'm pretty sure that shortcut where you have to go through the middle is the hardest shortcut in the game, which again is why I'm not taking it. I know I can definitely beat the world record without it. I mean, heck, with this little change at the beginning, I might even be able to beat the Super's time. I probably will. I probably can do it. But I still do want to give myself a little bit of an advantage. Not so much as to I'm going to play this for 10 hours so I can get the 127 or 126 time when, I don't know, there could be some crazy new shortcut that comes along and I have to do it again. But I do want to give myself a little cushion for now on the flawless run, because if we're honest, that one section I was talking about, it slows him down, and the other one doesn't slow him up too much, so yeah, that's not too good for him. But what the section I'm talking about is the one where you go up right when you're going into like where there's all the blue all over. So basically that. But let's see how it goes. Hello everyone in the stream who is joining right now. Yeah, basically, if you look at the route, I'll kind of give a tutorial while I'm doing the route on what I'm trying to do at the very least. I go up top there, and then as you saw, I kind of lean downwards on the spin. I actually did that really well because I'm quite a bit ahead of my ghost here. But, okay, I messed that up. Then you want to head down and obviously up. It's faster to go through the pillar again. Same thing with color. You get so much more speed because you aren't, like, kind of when you do the original route that I'm taking with my ghost, when you go through that one block hole, you're kind of almost making a kind of a weird turn where you're coming back from where you're going from. So you lose a lot of speed. The sharper the turn you take, the more speed you lose. That's kind of how the game works. Whereas this route, which color found, right up here, you don't lose as much speed from turning. Yes, it's a little bit slower to get there, but you make all that speed back up, especially when you go up top right here. Yeah, and you take that back. So what you want to do right through here, and of course, yes, you can go through the middle there. And I'm actually having a lot of problems with this section, which is funny. It's not even a hard section, but it's just funny considering the shortcuts right there. It would solve all my problems, minus the fact that it's, like, you know, impossible to do. I'm hoping it's possible with my sensitivity. I'm pretty sure it is. I did it once. I did it once without dying with my sensitivity. The only problem was it was right after I died, so I was going really slow, so you take that with a grain of salt, kind of, because, again, the faster you're going, the slower you can, or the slower you're going, the faster you can make turns naturally. So that's a thing, but we will see. Oh, I hit the root. I'm sometimes good at getting through that section. I think I need to go a little bit to the left there, and I might be able to get around to the left of that block on the top, because I was able to hit it earlier after I died, and I was able to hit it in such a way where I got a huge boost over the part where I was going downwards, so I can get through that section a bit faster, and maybe gain a second or something. So that's what I'm hoping for. Yeah. Basically, sorry, mic just broke there for a second. But basically, what I want to do is I know I can beat color's time. If I was color, I could beat color's time. There we go. But the problem is I'm not color, and I haven't practiced this match as much as him. So at least on stream, I want to be able to break. If I am able to break the record really early on, then maybe I'll consider trying at least for the rest of the stream. Yeah, I'll probably, you know what, I will. If I can break this record, let's say in the first 30 minutes of the stream, I'll try for the next hour or 30 minutes or however long I do the stream, or even if I do break it, as long as it isn't over an hour, I think, into the stream, which I'll probably just end it then, guys, or talk for a second and then end it. But if it's with less than an hour into the stream, I'll probably be able to, or I'll probably, you know, want to talk to you guys instead of keep on doing the stream, and be able to try to do that very, 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 very difficult shortcut that saves you quite a bit of time. Yeah, it's funny because all the shortcuts on this map don't save you very much time, just in general, at least from what I think. Yeah, they just don't seem to save you very much time, which is funny because it's kind of like if you mess up, if you take the record route on this one and you mess up once, it's almost better that you just didn't take the world record at all. Granted, you didn't mess up, but yeah, the record on this map, it doesn't seem like it's too hard. I don't want to just skim by and just beat the record though by like a tenth of a second or something, in which case supers could just get it easily back, or Airy, because Airy's going for it now, and I don't want something like that to happen. So I'm trying to get this good route, because if I can get this route going, I'm not going to have no 127, but I might be able to still get under a minute 30, which is going to be over, maybe, well, that would be what, almost maybe like 2 seconds ahead of the record, and that's going to be a bit hard for supers to take, and it's basically going to force him to try to learn that thing, your supers or Airy or whoever goes for it, to force them to take the thing through the middle. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do it as fast as I can without taking the thing through the middle, so that the only way to beat it is taking the thing through. Spending a million hours on. I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to do that, learn how to do that with the amount of free time, unless they just play this map like every time they have free time in their life. But I don't think people are that dedicated. don't think that they're that dedicated. Yeah, how do I find the one through the pillars? Color. That's where I learned pretty much everything from this route from. But there's a couple other things. One I actually learned from Supers today when I was playing against him, unintentionally for him. I actually learned what he did through one of the sections, and I was like, whoa, that's actually the part. It's the part where I said it's faster to go lower than to the top. It's actually, I learned that from the Supers because he did it, and I was like, hey. Well, I was already pretty sure it was faster to go through the bottom, but the way I was going before, I think you saw my world record video, or my original one, where I went like way up in the air and then back down. It's actually faster if you take the right route, you can just go down. The thing was, it was kind of an obvious thing to see. The reason why I didn't see it is because it's so dimly lit in here, and the TV that I have on my PlayStation, my gamma's turned all the way up, I'll be honest there, but the TV I have isn't very bright. It's just, I think it's a plasma TV, and it isn't like one of the new LED TVs or whatever. So, at least the one I play this on, I mean my actual TV that, watch TV and stuff on is like that. But the one I play video games on, no, it's not like that. It's a plasma TV, and it's not super bright. So it's almost like my contrast is at like 75. Think of it as my contrast is at 75. So when I'm in super dark spaces, I can't see. Even with my my brightness is at 75. Even when my brightness is at 100, it's like it's at 75, if that makes sense. Because, problems. I hit something there. That was kind of weird. It kind of speeds you up, it kind of slows you down. I'm just going to keep doing this route because I need to practice it a little bit, even if, because I don't want to just have it not practice at all and then get one good run right up into that section, and then when it happens, I can't do it. So I'm just going to practice it at least a little bit down through here. I'm trying to force it through there, but the problem is it's a slightly slower, I think, to go around, and I kind of almost want to go around because it's kind of hard to do that. It's so dark in there. I feel like it would be so much easier if it was just lit up like this place right here is, but it isn't, so it isn't. No. The shortcut through the pillars I really like. I feel like, I don't know, if you want to pillar over, I don't know if it's even possible. There might be a blockade or something in there. But if you want to pillar over, I'm not sure. It might even be faster if you do that. I'm thinking about it. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. When I go over here, how many blocks do I go over? I'm not sure how many I go over because maybe it would be so you have to turn left. And if you turn left, then it's going to be slower because you're going to have to, obviously, like I'm saying before, you're going to have to make more of a degree of turn. So it's going to slow you down more. The other thing you could probably do... Wait, could you do it? Let me check when I come up here. I haven't really paid that much attention to the aesthetics. You might be able to actually just go to the entire left of the structure. Actually, that's probably not going to work. If we're completely honest, just thinking about that for a second. Yeah, I'm thinking about maybe if you did that a certain way. I could maybe try it once. If I go to the left of the entire, like, whatever that thing is, like Coliseum or whatever. No, it's not Coliseum. Whatever building this is, I'm going to try it once. If I go right to the left of the entire... Oh, that's not going to... Okay. Never mind. Bad idea. Maybe if I went through the pillar on the last, and then I went to the left of the structure... Oh, no, wait. That's not going to work. Never mind. I was just thinking, if it was a clear pathway through there, maybe I could turn to the right, and since I'm not going so low originally, because I have to go through this one little hole... I'd actually be able to get more speed, right? Because I'm going straight, just like I am through the hole, except just a little bit more to the left. And I'd be able to stay higher in the air. And I'd be able to, just do it with more speed than even the way that I'm currently doing it. That's what I was thinking, but no, you can't get through. Well, you can possibly, but then you're going to have to, like, change your direction and stuff, and I doubt it's going to work now. I wasn't really sure if it would work before, and maybe it would save me a tiny bit of time, but no, it doesn't. Never know, there could be a speed boost or something up there, some really cool shortcut, but nope, there isn't. Let's see. I hate how there's this one little pillar sticking out here. It was like they were trying to make it hard. They were like, nah, this is too easy. You can just easily see this is lined up with the hole. Let's add a pillar here to throw them all off. I feel like there's a lot of part of this maps where they're just intentionally malicious. Like, they're like all the developers on this map, they're like, okay, we need to make one map that's really hard to keep people used to the game for a while, because this might actually be the last map for Glide. So let's just make this one super maliciously hard. That's what I feel like was their thought process when making this map. Oh god, this map is pissing me off right now. I keep dying when I'm going through the little hole. But no, I seriously feel like that was almost their thought process when they were making this. That just it seems such a malicious map. Am I the only one who thinks that? That they were just like especially that little hole that you have to go through, that the one that like I'm not taking, where it's that one block and then you have to go down to the bottom. Like, who does that? Like, you're throwing a one block at us, and then you set up the sides. Have you noticed the sides are set up in a way that if you aren't going perfectly straight, you'll get caught in one of the chain fences and die? And then also you have to go super low and just barely skip over the top of things, and oh my god, like, some of these things, it's almost like cruelty. You can see why they didn't make it a free map. Also, in general, I think all the paid-for maps are harder than the free maps, especially Cavern. But Cavern was kind of the introductory map, so they kind of made it easy, I feel like. But no, I feel like all the maps are harder than all the DLC maps, because wait, who buys DLCs? People that actually play the game. And what are people that actually play the game? Probably good at the game because they've actually played the game. Hence, the people that haven't played the game are probably going to be playing the free maps on start, and you aren't going to just give them, hey, here's your first map ever, you can play Icarus, and then they can't ever make it to the finish line, and they give up on the game, and then they don't buy map packs, or just don't play Minecraft. So, yeah, bad marketing strategy there. Not really marketing, bad just planning and organizing. Okay. So, yeah, the one through the pillars is kind of hard. I don't know why that one block shortcut is so hard for me. I don't know. I think it's just the angle you're taking into it, and how it's kind of, you're not confined when you're going into it, so it's basically, and you can't really see it when you're coming up to it, so it's hard to plan where you're going into it. Kind of like the one on, I think it's Celts at the very beginning, where there's that little thing where you go down, and there's like that little shortcut you can take through the middle. It's hard because you can't even see where you're going, and it kind of is shaped so that it looks like it's lower than it is, which always distracts me, and it always messes me up. That I always think it's lower because there's another like indent that doesn't go all the way through, and I think it's lower, and I always crash into that thing. So yeah, alright, I'm starting to crash, and then I realize where it's higher up, and then I run right into the thing at the bottom of it. But either way, it does not end very well for me. Let's see how well I can do this time. Oh, I've hit something, but I think I might still be fine. I still want to go through and do the run just because I want to... the one thing I've learned, or one of the things... Okay, I messed up badly there. One of the things I learned from Glide is if you can beat your time, beat it. Because it'll give you a better ghost that's more well adjusted. Because if I could get a ghost with the pillars, that would be nice. And also because... basically... you want to learn the rest of the map. You don't want to be trying this one section over and over again that you can't do, because then you're going to not be able to do the rest of the sections. That's happened to me a lot. I've just tried the same section over and over again because I haven't been able to do it. And then I moved on to a different section, and then I was finally able to do it once or something. Like say there's this one impossible section, like the one that we have in the middle there. If I'm able to do the entire... If I just keep trying at that section, just keep trying, I'll end up... not having much practice for the rest of the map, and say I mess up somewhere else or don't do it the best as I possibly can the one time I get it. Versus... say if I was unable to do that, and I did the opposite. So like I wasn't able, like, you get the point. Sorry, I was kind of just on a rant there. But no, the opposite happened, and I wasn't able to get through this section of the map and the next section because I practiced that section so much. So basically, you want to still be caught up on the rest of the sections of the map, and it's good practice for multiplayer or something like that, because what if the shortcut that you've been trying all along doesn't speed you up, or maybe you're just doing it wrong? You don't want to just be wasting your time. You want to at least be practicing the rest of the map so that you can learn the rest of the map. So that's basically my point. Yeah, it's my point. I'm coming up into this section right here where I'm going to do a really weird spinny move, and well, not really weird, but you know when you stay close to the wall, that section's really weird because of how much you turn. I've noticed that. And anyway, I know I'm just staying even with my ghost. I could be like probably 2 seconds ahead if I didn't, hit the wall at the beginning there, or when I was going through the leaf shortcut. But again, want to practice the rest of the map. Might be able to beat my record. And okay, if I didn't mess up there, you never know. If the 2 sections I'm really good at, I can do fast enough, maybe I'd be able to beat the record. Probably not by much, but I might be able to. See, this record seems pretty easy to beat, but it's one of those records where it's the course is very hard to do, but the record's kind of easy to beat. So basically, if you can do it, you can beat it. So basically, all I have to do is do everything flawless. Yeah, that's not hard at all. It's like saying, just go get the record. Oh, well, thanks. I needed to know that. But no, seriously, I basically just need to do what I want to do. I mean, that's pretty much all your records, but I basically just need to complete the course with the shortcuts. It isn't like I need to do the shortcuts super, super, super well, better than the best person who did it, and have to figure out a way to do that. No, literally, I just need to be able to do everything I'm trying to do. That's basically what I need to do. I mean, yes, I do have to do them fairly well, but you're always going to have to do them well. That's kind of how the game works, and that's how you kind of get a record in general. So let's see. That's kind of a weird angle taken through here. Okay, shoot, I hit something there. But okay, yeah, I slowed myself down too much. I didn't get enough height on the section right before that. I actually got quite a bit of height there on my thing, and I usually get less height, but there was that one time I got more height, which I'm trying to replicate. Basically, yeah, it just, what I mean by practicing the map and still doing it is, if you think about it, you spend, if you can't get by like say there's a shortcut right at the first checkpoint, and you can't get by it, and you spend a long time getting by, and it's the hardest shortcut for you to do, or like say this one, that's like the second one, then I spend 90% of my time, like say I only beat it 1 out of 10 times, that means 9 out of 10 times I've spent practicing the rest of the map before it, and doing that part, which, yeah, say I'm really good at. But then later on, like, I feel like a lot of people get really good at the beginning of the map, but then they can't follow through to the end because they aren't doing the end very much. They're only doing the end unless the end's really hard, which it, like, barely ever isn't, or barely ever is, sorry. They're usually, they don't ever do the end of the map, basically, unless they're going to get the record, which is, like, one time. So, or however many times I guess they finish, but a lot of people, they just keep restarting until they know that they can break the world record, which, I mean, the problem with that, I mean, I guess that strategy takes like low amounts of time, but the problem is you're only practicing the end once, which is going to hurt you in, the long run, because you're not going to be able to, it's going to be hard for you to do some of the stuff that you need to do near the end if it's difficult, or you just won't be able to do it 100% properly and get as fast as the time as you could. But let's see right here. Like, that's my problem with Yeti on that last stupid shortcut. There's a couple times, there's multiple times where I could have easily had the world record there, and I didn't because I messed up because haven't practiced that section. Exactly my point. But no, let's see how we can do. Okay, I died through here. So yeah, basically, I am going to be seeing how many more times I can get through here, and I want to be able to do this record. It's difficult though, and as you can tell, it takes a lot of restarting. I've almost developed a natural reflex for hitting the restart button when I'm playing, which is actually hilarious now that I think about it. But I just have developed a natural reflex where I don't even notice that I'm hitting the button. I'm just hitting it so fast. Like, look at this. Look at this. I'm going back. You see how I'm still hitting my thumbstick right in between? Like, that's how fast my reflex has gotten for hitting the thumbstick, or being on the thumbstick, hitting the restart button, then going back to the thumbstick. Yeah, I've gotten really fast at doing that, because how many times have I done that? How many thousand times have I done that? A lot. So, let's see. Let's go up through here. I think it's better to go up higher, because then you can turn it more into speed, even though I guess you do lose more time going downwards, which is obviously the opposite effect. Okay, I messed up. I shouldn't have gone so far to the right through that little shortcut. I don't know why you go to the right anyway. Why would I go to the right? Like, if I'm going to the right, there's more chance I'm going to hit the leaf at the top anyway, but I went to the right, so it happened. We shall see how I can do through here. I only have 1 heart, which is kind of worrisome, because even if I just barely touch anything, it doesn't even slow me down. I'm dead. So it doesn't matter. But basically, let's see if we can do it this time. Okay, I didn't do that 100% properly, but I did it. Okay, yeah. See, that's my difficulty. So what I'm going to try to do here is what I need to do a bit better is I need to stay lower to the speed boost. So let's try this again. I need to go up. So when I'm going up is... Holy... That was crazy. Sorry, I hit the restart the race button, or start the course instead of the square button, which is I sometimes do. But yeah, did you see that jump I got where I just somehow hit the bottom of the second speed boost? Now if I can do that and get it at the right angle so that I can go upwards, like I did one time and managed to get below those things, but get enough acceleration. I'm not sure how I got all that acceleration. I feel like I might have gone to the left of one of those pillars because I was so far to the left of the speed boost. But it was kind of weird because I was at a good enough angle that I was able to hit the boost, kind of at a straight angle, equal with the boost, and then or like kind of parallel with the boost, and then go to the left of the thing because, well, I was kind of parallel with but I was like on the far left of the boost. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically that's what happened to me there. Hello, there was a beast. Yeah. So, my best right now is 134.10, which is either 4th or 5th. The record on PS4 is 131 I don't actually know. But I know if I can get the route that I'm currently trying down, I can get probably under a 130, and I'll be shocked if I don't get the record. Well, unless, of course I mess up in the first section, or don't do the first section as well, like by hitting the block and stay even with my ghost, and then in the next section don't do it the best either. But if I actually do it properly, I'll definitely have the record on PS4 at least. In fact, if I could mix my route right now with the part that Color took, I think I could get a 126 or a 125. Well, I know I could get a 126, but probably a 125 quite easily, because there's a couple shortcuts in quotation marks that he took that weren't shortcuts. They kind of slowed you down. Basically, the one where he goes up top, I know definitely slows you down. The other one, not too sure. But the one that he goes up top, yeah, that one totally slows you down. When you go into that blue section, because if you think about it, you're not gaining any speed. You're kind of actually losing speed by going upwards, and you can just go downwards if you go at the right angle. You'll, like when I trying to do it, you can do it a lot faster. Just trust me on that. You'll see. It just makes sense if you think about it. Right up here, instead of going way up, you can just go down and gain speed, and then go right around through here. So, oh, see, that was the thing. That must have been the thing. The thing you saw I hit the bottom of right there. That's what I hit. Yeah. So, I could have gotten it. If I would have hit that just slightly to the left, slightly, I would have been able to get the record there, because I could have been, or I could have just, well, I could have at least gotten through the section. Sorry, maybe I would have messed up somewhere else. It's highly doubtful, but if I would have gone to the left there. Because sometimes that first pillar that's above me I hit, or like, I don't know, I guess it's not a pillar, but the first like bar above me I hit. But most of the time I hit the second one, because, or I hit that second one when I'm trying to go upwards a lot, and I can bypass that second one if I go far enough to the left and hit the speed boost at the perfect angle. I did it like once. Or maybe I do have to be heading in a direction a bit, but I know I can hit it. If I hit it properly, I can do it. And if I can get to the left of that bar, then I'll go way higher up in the air, and then I can go way back down way quicker. Because if you've noticed with my record, or with my route that I had I kind of got slowed down a little bit there, so I know I can speed up a bit. Not as much as I do sometimes, but I did get slowed down a little bit, and I think I can do it a lot faster. So that's basically my point on that section. Let's see. I think I'm doing a pretty good run through this time. Let's see. Okay. Okay. There we go. Feel like I'm not doing this section as fast. I'm doing this section really slow, but I don't know. There we go. This map just feels so slow in some areas. Like, oh my god. Have you guys noticed how slow? Oh my god, my ghost just passed me there. Okay, I was going slow. I think I was like a second ahead of my ghost or two, and I just lost it there because I was going so slow. But no, in certain sections, this map does feel really slow, though. It just naturally is. I feel like that's very interesting. This map, I don't know. I think it might be my favorite map, and that's saying a lot considering I don't know if I've said this in a video, but I don't like maps with texture packs as much, Glide or Battle, just because it kind of just doesn't feel as Minecrafty to me. And I just like the default texture pack, but just the way this design works, I mean, the designs on the maps are going to get better as they go on. They just for some reason do. I'm not sure why, but they do. I think it's because they kind of have a back order, and they were working on like certain maps while other maps are out. So like they might have already been working on probably like Temple when Cavern came out, because you know they already had the Beast track outlined, and like basically they don't need to all be perfectly ready, and they can just spend like progressively more time on the maps. And I guess also they probably get better at it as they're building it, and you know want to improve upon what they've already done. But no, just aesthetically it looks super good, just plays really good. And the other thing that I like about it, which is super unique about this map, notice, let's just look at the timer, and now think, when's the first time you hit a boost? When's the first time you hit an updraft? Like you actually do with the world record route. I'm not talking about like, oh, if you want to, you can just hit that updraft right there. No. I'm talking about if you're taking the world record route, what, like, I mean, I know there's that one that we just coast over, that updraft, but what time are you actually usefully using a boost or an updraft? There's no real place that you're doing that at the beginning of the, or until like a little bit later in the map. Like it's not even up until you know, the part right after color does that split right through the middle. It's not even up until after that. It's almost like it's almost, I think it's like 30 or 40 seconds in the map before you even get it. Before you even hit the first speed boost, and then you hit like a double speed boost. But besides that, I think you only hit like 4 speed boosts in the whole map, including that double speed boost, which really you should only really count as 1. So that would be like 3 different. There's only 3 different like checkpoints where you that actually have speed boosts with like the 10 or however many checkpoints in the map. So I just feel how unique it is that they've made a map. We're able to design a map that has no basically, that's really good, really fun, really challenging, and it's still possible to do, and so, or for like players that aren't as good, although it is still quite difficult, but doesn't use very many updrafts or speed boosts. I just feel like it's really cool that they did that. And it isn't like it just uses them all to catapult you into the air. No, it uses them in different ways, I feel like. Here, I'm just gonna read the comments really quick. Yeah, if they want to. Yeah. Nice job on the Celts record. Do I have an Xbox One? No, I do not. No, I don't. I kind of wish I could have the Better Together update, but I'm kind of happy PS4 isn't doing it, because I could buy an Xbox One probably if I wanted to. But nope, I don't have one. I forgot about the shortcut there. But no, I don't have an Xbox One. I honestly prefer PlayStation, but I know they're saying no to Better Together. The only thing is, I don't think any new Glide maps are coming out, but there's like one more patch for Xbox maybe, and that's it. They're not going to get updated anymore because of the Better Together update. Well, PlayStation still is going to continue. I think that this is the last Glide track pack though, because of that. They might have had more if it wasn't for it, but I think it is. I'm hoping that there's more maps, and if there is, well, I guess you're not playing them on Xbox. But no, there might be a new mini game that comes out on here, because remember the Xbox 360 and stuff still has it. But yeah, basically they're not continuing support for it, which means if there's any other bugs that are really found, I don't know if they'll be updated on the console editions. If there's a new version of the speed glitch or time glitch after they patch it, or if they don't patch it properly and people are able to find a way around it, then, well, the Xbox leaderboards are screwed forever, which kind of sucks for you guys. So yeah, have fun with that. Yeah, sorry, just wanted to put out my very, very optimistic reason why PS4 is better, but no, really. It's a bit off topic, but how do some people get consistently below 120? Your last stream, Anorn was doing that. Alright, so how do people do that? Well, practice the map. They practice the map a ton, just so much. You know what? Anorn, here's the funny thing. Anorn on Temple is good, but do you know what makes him so good at Temple? And this is the funny part, just playing in public games, is he's the only one that's practiced it a decent amount. It might be one of his best maps, and he might have practiced it more than he has the other maps, but it still doesn't take away the fact that nobody else goes for that map very much. But I mean, of course, it all comes down to practice. On Yeti, like, I'm sorry, but this feels a lot more accomplishing. Yeti, I can get consistently below 110, which is only less than 2 seconds. I can get less than 2 seconds off the record, and even on a lot of games, I can get less than a second, within a second of the world record. Versus him, which I don't know what the legit world record is. I think it's like let's just say for argument, I think it's like 114, 115, and he can get consistently like 119, 118. So he's about twice as far off. So just throwing that out there. Yeti's my map, dude. Besides color, but like honestly, on PS4, Yeti's my map. Yeti, I mean, Ari's been battling for it a bit, but I was able to, in a separate video that's actually going to come out later, we were playing with pumpkins on our heads, and I nearly beat Jesper's best time on Yeti with a pumpkin on my head. Yes. So, Jesper's not very competitive for that map, to say the least. Looks like we're having a pretty good run through here. I haven't had any of my classic world record fails yet, so that's always a good thing. I didn't hit that updraft the best possible way, so I'm kind of scared there. But we shall see. 131.90, that is in the top 2 on the leaderboards. Let's check. Hopefully, Supers is like 0.999 and I got the world record there. I don't think I did. I messed up just barely on that updraft at the end, and I know I can do this just a little bit faster. I didn't do it the best, I don't think, to begin with. Does Anorn have a channel yet? Yes, he does, but I don't think he posts. I don't know what his name is either. Yeah, I know. I would definitely still be top 10. Sorry, I'll try to entertain you guys and read the comments, because the leaderboards on PlayStation, I don't know if you guys know this, but this has always been a problem here. They lag so bad with the game, and look how long they take to load. Because for some reason, it's something to do with the fact that it has to the default is friends, and it has to go into your PSN. So if you switch it to public, and then you switch across, and then you switch, you filter it, or like if you filter it to public and then you switch the category, it's a lot faster than if you just keep switching it, because it'll be like 2 minutes for each time you switch it, and you have to switch it at least like 3 or 4 times if you're in the normal lobby. I mean, if you're actually in the game, you only have to do it once, but it takes a while, basically, to say the least. Yeah, it takes 2 or 3 minutes to load. In fact, I have some food here, so I'm just gonna eat. But basically, I don't know what it is with it. I think, again, I don't know why they can't connect to PSN. PSN, the only problem I have with PlayStation is the PSN sucks. The network just, it doesn't have very much bandwidth that can go through it. So you can have infinitely good internet and still get lag. So Supers has a 131.150. As you can see, there's totally not at all time glitch time right there. It isn't a 30-second time, but yeah, that's time glitched. I know it because same guy. Okay, not the same guy, but if I find some other maps. Anyway, okay, he has, yeah, see, 120 on body. Yeah, sorry, that isn't possible. But yeah, he time glitches a lot in a lot of maps, which kind of sucks for the rest of it. But anyway, I was like 8/10 off the world record there with that run, so. Let's see how I can do here. Do a face reveal, question mark. See, I don't really want to, because I don't see any value in it. Maybe if I hit a huge subscriber milestone and I like did this like actually semi-right, if I like did this as like an actual job or something, then yeah, totally I'd do that, and I'd probably just do face cam regularly. But I'm only 16 and I really don't want to do that right now at all. So sorry, no, I don't feel like it's something that I should just begrudgingly do because I can, but I just don't see the value in it. Like, I know Par, who also does videos, just check him out. He's a really good. He's really good. At making videos. Just in general, just the way, type of style he makes it. He's probably, I'd say he's up there as one of the best console YouTubers, just because the way that his style he makes his videos is probably the best one. It's actually entertaining to watch. Like, it isn't like you just watch him like you like your friends because they're your friends and you want to support them. But no, he's actually really good at making content. He's probably the best console YouTuber. Like Toy Cat, everybody watches for news and stuff, for the most part, and a bit for personality and stuff like that. But I like Toy Cat, but I think he's actually better. I'm gonna be completely honest there. I'm pretty sure he is a better YouTuber, at least when it comes to console. It's probably the best one. Well, okay, better when it comes to console. I meant like best YouTuber when it comes to console. Sorry, not he's a better YouTuber when it comes to console. Yeah, that doesn't really make too much sense. Need to stop hitting stuff. But basically, if I beat this record by like a second, or like 8/10 or something, I pretty much have to beat it by a full second, which kind of sucks. But if I beat it by like a second, I will have the console world record, which is pretty cool. Let's see how I do though. Okay, that's close. Oh, wow, I hit the top of me. Yeah, I know, my voice is quite deep, but I don't think my voice is gonna get much deep. Actually, if you check my first ever video, if you want to, you can check how my voice is quite a lot, like, it's still deep, but it's still a lot. It's not as deep as it is. I don't know why my voice got so deep. I literally don't, because I had a really high-pitched voice when I was a kid. So, in fact, I hate listening to myself in general, because what's funny, my voice actually sounds deeper to myself than it actually is. So my voice sounds mega deep to myself, but nope. I'm not 20. Sometimes wish I was, but nope, not 20. But no, my voice just sounds deeper to myself. I hated hearing myself when I was younger. Now I hate hearing myself just because I think I sound stupid. But and I've already heard it, and it just sounds weird when you hear yourself. I don't know why, it just sounds cringy. But when I was younger, it just felt so cringy because, like, when you're younger and your voice is high pitched, you don't even understand your voice is high pitched. Like, you're just like, oh, it's high pitched. I think my voice was really high pitched up until I was like 13 or 14. But yeah, that's pretty much what is going on. And also, I'm probably just lost a lot of speed. Yeah, I am certain that I lost a lot of speed there because I panicked way too much when I went through that shortcut. But no, you just seem to have way more of a high pitched voice when you're younger. Like, I know you know that, but it still sounds like it's pretty deep. So if you hear like videos of yourself, it just sounds so cringy when you're younger, because you don't realize how high pitched your voice is. And yeah, basically it's that. I used to actually have a YouTube channel before this one, which I started in basically, well, okay, I didn't upload until February of 2016, even though my first I made the channel and actually technically uploaded my first video in December 2015, but I deleted my first 3 videos and posted this one started this in February 2016, basically. And yeah, I had in I think 2014 or 2013, so I was 12 or 13 at the time. I had another YouTube channel, which cringy meter is a little bit higher there. Gonna be a little bit honest there. Gotta be a little bit honest. Okay, I took a really weird route right there. Oh, I tried doing a really strategic strat there to try to pull up some time because I was tied with my ghost and I didn't think I was gonna beat that. If I could have got the perfect angle there, whereas I got a bad angle the other time, I could have gotten it. I kind of messed up just before that section. I knew I was gonna hit the top, so I was hoping I could take a slightly different route and I'd get away okay with it, which I kind of did, but the ghost caught me. I think I was a bit ahead of my ghost, so. Anyway, I'm trying to go for the record right now. I have 2nd place technically on the leaderboards. Also, if you check there, it showed I was in 5th and I had a different time, but that's because on PS4, like I said, with the leaderboards being laggy, they literally don't update for a little bit. It takes them a while to update, which is why I don't like other people just check the leaderboards at the end of the video because it wouldn't say I had the world record probably. I check them afterwards. In fact, we've actually had some issues with leaderboards. Here's some issues we've had, which actually makes it seem like our life is more difficult than you guys, especially early on. We had a lot of these issues. On Dragon, when I got 103.2, I think the first time, I had to break the world record 4 or 5 times before it actually updated before it actually updated. I stopped, waited for half an hour, and it didn't update to the leaderboards. I did that 4 or 5 times before it actually finally updated. I think that was the one where I uploaded a different video than the actual record because for some reason it was just nope. Or maybe, and I think also that time I actually beat my record. I had 103.4 and I got 103.2, which is what I showed in the video. But 103.4 time was actually got saved to the leaderboards and the 103.2 time didn't, or something like that. So anyway, we have difficulties with that. But besides that, no, you guys have a lot more competitive. I always wonder why you guys have way more competitive people on this, because the funny thing is, PS4 edition has more sales than Xbox One edition, and not only that, Xbox One edition's 4 times cheaper. I think it, or at least it was at one point. It was $5 at one point, whereas PS4. I mean, with the Better Together update, the prices just went up. But PS4 edition was $20, which is to me mind blowing, because that would mean a lot more people are just going to get it. It's oh, this is a cheap game. I'll just get it, even if they don't play it very much or at all. Versus PlayStation, where people actually buy the game because they want it, and they play it a lot more. So, and that combined with having more users, I think that we'd have better, but I think it's to do with the fact you guys get way earlier updates. The other thing that really sucks with us, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, which is why I can never get all the world records off the bat, is because the updates for us come out about 8 hours earlier it comes out a couple hours after you guys in Europe. But I live in North America. So it comes out another 8 hours later at about 5 p.m. after it comes out about 8 a.m. for you guys. So, yeah. In fact, actually, at one point earlier, I think this was I don't know if this was before Glide updates or not, but we had updates coming out the day after you guys at one point, which was, so now it actually feels like it's way better. But, on a video it's high pitched. Yeah, I think it sounds different. The other thing you have to consider is it, this is kind of one of those weird philosophical questions, but is it that your voice sounds different on camera, or is it that your voice sounds different to you? What I mean is, how does everybody else hear you? Does everybody else hear you like you sound on camera, or does everybody else hear you like you hear yourself? Or is it a mix of the two, or is it something completely different? You don't know. It's almost like the whole argument of, is my red the same as yours? Even though I'm pretty sure that's completely scientifically proven wrong. But if you think about it, how would you know? If you've been told this color's red your entire life, but to me it's white, and I've been told a different color's white the entire life than you, or my entire life than you, then would then how would you know that your reds are different? There's no way to tell. Like even the shades could be backwards. What if light red to me is dark red and dark red to you is light red? Like in terms of, I've learned that whatever looks to everybody else as light red is dark red. But this is like there's no possible way, if you think about it, try describing light red in a way that it would make it so that you couldn't have that confusing argument. You can't. That's the problem. There's no way for you to describe the color because, like, oh, it's lighter. Well, lighter to me is darker. Like you get what I mean? It's like opposite, whatever. It's kind of like the opposite day kind of confusion where you can't. Can you figure out its opposite day? In fact, I think there's been weird things like, can you figure out its opposite day? Or like I've seen like some riddles and stuff like that are like super hard. And there's actually a certain way that you can say it. But we shall see. Yeah, I just went on some super deep rant, but let's see how we can do on Glide. You got a 139.451, and tomorrow you get a 135. Xbox might be more competitive because it has more tryhards. Maybe because the biggest YouTubers are on Xbox. Okay, now here's a little thing that does contribute to it a bit, being the fact that a lot more of the people on Xbox, like the YouTubers on play on Xbox instead of PlayStation that have both. So like the larger ones. And also 4 versus 4Js on Xbox, and I don't know if you guys remember this, but when they first came out on Cavern, the 4J people all put their times up on Cavern on the leaderboards, and it actually took a very long time for them to be beat, which is kind of funny considering their time was like 110 on Cavern, which right now we're like, ew, that's so slow. You have to remember, not only is it a new map that nobody's used to, I kind of wonder what the maximum possible time is on each map. I feel like if you had a bot and you could like give it the certain, like you had a super complex like kind of AI bot that could just try it over and over like a million times in a second, you could figure out what the fastest time on each track is. And I feel like it's a lot different than people think. Like you can't just guess what the world record is and put them in that order. But I feel like Icarus, for example, could have a faster time than, say, oh boy, this is going to be hard to, no, sorry, let me think of a better example. The world record, or the fastest possible time on Excalibur, I feel like is faster than the fastest possible time on Kraken. Now the fastest possible time, or the world record on Kraken is 113, I think, by Color. Now Color, his 113 time, now think about how long that took him to get, and think about how long he took him like multiple, like months and like 4 months to get that. And we're only 4 seconds off on Excalibur. It does completely depend, but still, I feel like it's faster, fastest possible times. Also, I wish that they'd stop adding all the stupid maps that are dependent on 360s, because I feel like 360s are, I feel like maybe if they came out earlier and I was used to a higher, like not even just the part that I use a low sensitivity, but I feel like if they came out earlier, I'd feel more keen towards them. But right now I kind of hate them because they just don't feel like, they almost feel like doing a speed glitch or something like that, or not really a speed glitch, like a time glitch, because you're kind of cheating, it feels like, the speed boost, because you're taking it in such a weird way that it just, I don't know, it just something feels about it that kind of feels really off. Even if I could do them, I feel like I'd rather still not have them in the game, just because they don't really feel like, I don't know. I can't even describe it. They feel super off to me, and I don't. If I had the choice, if I was a developer, I feel like what's getting me into I think I've said this before. I think I said this on the last stream. I want to get into computer science in my life in general as a career path, and I feel like I even more want to just develop some of the games I played, because same thing with TV shows and stuff, because there's just so many choices and stuff and ideas I feel like I could have that I really, really, really badly would want to implement, but I can't because, well, I'm not a developer. Yeah. Basically, oh my god, there's a lot of comments. My best on Temple is 126, and I don't remember the decimals, but I take all the right shortcuts, but somehow people can beat me by 10 seconds. So, that's an excellent point. I've had people say this a lot, and a lot of people, the thing about Glide is, okay, think about it this way. Glide isn't just about, if you do the shortcuts, you win. Glide has its own physics. I don't know if you've noticed that in the game. It has its own physics in terms of how the Elytra works. There's its own version of physics, and I mean it's about partially taking a shorter route, staying close to the wall. But there's so much more things than that. Like going downwards, like there's aspects. So going upwards, the farther you angle, you're going upwards. The more speed you lose, the faster you lose speed. The farther the angle downwards, the faster you gain speed. Sounds simple, right? But then also the way you hit speed boost, the longer time through the speed boost, and then there's like there's a lot of different parts to physics. And I don't think any of us know how the game actually completely works, but we just kind of figured out what the best way to kind of do everything is. We've kind of some by trial and error, some by just kind of figuring out how things work for the most part. But no, I don't think any of us actually know how it works. Like, think about it. Cavern, how many people have taken the best route on Cavern? Like, you can probably get a 108 to a 110. And think about how you improve your time. You stay closer to the wall. You make less movements. You do this. You do that. You do this. It's such a complex game. And people don't really realize it. That's part of what's so cool about Glide. It looks so simple. It's so simple to play. It's so simple to set up. But it's actually really complicated. It isn't like a game where you can just easily do this, and this, and easily get the world record, and it'll just be a super big tie. That's part of what I don't like about Score Attack, if we're going to get where we should get to that, is that if you just do everything properly, you can get the world record. Considering it's being measured to the thousandth of a second, if you do one little tiny slight movement slightly better, you could gain a tiny bit of time. And that's why there's barely any ever ties for the world record. And then even when there is ties, I've actually had those a couple times on PS4. But actually, when there is ties, they're usually broken because nobody's ever found the fastest possible time. In fact, I'm suspecting on Cavern, if you could do it properly, it's possible to get 59 seconds without a 360. I know this is kind of a weird thing to say, but you could probably get 59.9 without a 360. I know people have gotten crazy fast on that map, but I just feel like if you had a robot or something and you were able to do some crazy maneuvers with the speed boost, just taking them at the exact possible best angle, going not even just basically touching the wall every corner you do and the ground every time you hit a speed boost right to the top of the speed boost, and basically doing everything to the absolute maximum possible speed. I think it's possible. It's definitely people are already nearing a minute on Cavern, like not 0.1, just 0.00, and I feel like it's definitely possible that you could get a time like that. So that's my amazing rant there. Another amazing rant. I'm getting a lot of rants. I feel like right now, but yeah, it's hard to focus on the game. That's why a couple times I've kind of lost what I was saying, because it's hard to focus on the game so intently. Because I'm not just like, it's not like I'm just playing a casual game. I'm trying to break a world record. So, you should take punch off and controls. I have one better. There we go. For some reason it looks weird to me though when I have my hand off. I don't know why. It's just a huge blank spot on the right side of the screen. It kind of distracts me, but no, I know I should take punch off. I've done that before, but I mean, if I'm taking punch off, why don't I just take that off? I wish you could take off the HUD and just leave at the time without having all the bar at the bottom and stuff, but you can't, so oh well. If you remove HUD, you're basically just taking everything away, and you don't even have the timer, which is kind of an issue. I might actually take off HUD. That would be pretty funny. I should do that. Just because if you think about it, if I take off HUD, I mean, if I do in a world record, the only problem if I take off HUD is that if I do a world record run, you aren't going to be able to see what time I'm at doing anything, but I don't know. I could. Yeah, I know what you're saying. The ability to punch the action button, but look. If I punch the action button, I can't even see it. Look. I'm punching it right now. Oh, okay, you can kind of see it on the top left corner, but I'm not even looking at the top left corner. Sorry if you are, but yeah, I know you can do that, but it's better to just take off hand. You don't need hand on anyway. But yeah, I play with 100 sensitivity. The thing is, 100 sensitivity, I feel like gives you a lot more stability when you're playing the game. And the way my hand, like if I knew I needed to play with higher sensitivity when I first started playing, I think I'd be good at it. But I can't do it. Just the way my hand grips, just the way I hold the controller when I'm playing Glide, and I've learned to through my practice to hold the controller, and the way I use my fingers when I'm turning, it just wouldn't work. I tried with 150 and so sensitivity, and I just die everywhere because I make way too sharp turns because I'm so used to 100 sensitivity. Yeah, that's basically my problem, and it's really hard on my fingers actually when I play with higher sensitivity because just the way I play. No, I've gotten used to the elytra so much, and when you're playing with sensitivity, it's almost like as if I'm trying to think of a real life equivalent. If all of a sudden you started, all your joints were just way more free on your body, you just wouldn't be used. Like say you're going to make a turn, or let's say you all of a sudden you got a lot stronger, and you're trying to throw a ball in an exact place so it lands in the perfect spot at an angle. You aren't going to be able to do that very easily. It's going to be really hard for you to do, and you have to readjust if you're trying to throw. Like, that's what I kind of mean. Maybe every day or so up your sensitivity by 1 or 2. See, I don't know. I was thinking about doing that, and then I was like, that's just going to screw me up. But think about how much that's going to screw me up, because I'm going to like be going super close to the wall on a map, and then my sensitivity is going to be 1 or 2 higher, and I'm going to hit the wall and be like, what? And then it's going to slowly get worse and worse and worse as I up it more and more. So, make some peeps mods. Yeah, maybe I will. I would have probably made you a mod already, but you're kind of asking to be mods, so I don't really want to. But I will probably start making people some mods on here. I think my only mod is color and like one other person. There was a different guy I wanted to make mod. I wanted to make Chris Black mod because he's been really nice to me and stuff. But he's never been on the stream enough for me to actually get him on. Hello, Dark Shadow. Thank you for joining. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm kind of hungry. There we go. I'll make you mod, Max, because you're literally on every video, so, yeah, basically. You're on every video, so yeah, you get mod. There was a beast, I might give you mod too. I don't really want to make everybody mod, because, you know, there's no real purpose in me doing that. But no, I want at least 1 mod per stream. I don't get a billion viewers, so it isn't like that's going to be a huge problem. It isn't like I'm going to crash YouTube because I have so many people watching my stream now. So yes. As long as it doesn't go to your head, I'm fine if you're a mod. And by going to your head, I mean like, you know, you abuse it. So don't abuse it. Just, you know, I guess remove obviously idiot comments. I mean, there's nobody actually being stupid in the stream right now, at least from what I can see, so. Yeah, it's just, who is it? It's a guy who just joined, I'm not sure who that is, and it still was a beast, and, Jeb. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This is just how I play the game. You guys can play it anyway. You want to. If we had a 100 sensitivity race, I would win by probably a mile. At least there's that, but. No. The weird thing that actually, do you know what's funny? Do you know what screws me up less than putting up higher sensitivity? And again, did I just go through a leaf block there? That was weird. Anyway, but what screws me up less than that is me when me and Ari were playing. We have this video that's going to come out, and you'll actually see it screws us up quite a bit. But wearing a pumpkin on your head, even with the reduced vision, and not being able to see where the middle of your screen is, which is really the hardest part, is not being able to screen. Oh, and that's the reason why I don't turn off my HUD. Sorry, I was just thinking to myself. The reason why I don't turn off my HUD is because I want to be able to see where my middle marker is. Because if I don't know where my middle marker is, I can't really judge anything, if you get what I mean. Because that's kind of what I'm staring at mostly the whole time. It's basically then just a screen waggling around. Like, it isn't like I look at the sides of my screens to figure out where I am and adjust or what direction I'm going in. Because basically, if you look at it, the middle of your screen is the direction you're going in, right? So if you don't have that marker in the middle, you have to kind of figure out where the middle of your screen is, which I don't really know that much because, again, I'm staring at the middle marker the whole time. So, yeah, that's a problem. So don't do that. Don't turn it off. But basically, let's see. Oh God, my ghost got ahead. Oh, there we go. Oh God, I fell behind there. I'm trying to beat the ghost by like a second. The ghost is pretty hard to beat though right now. Oh God. What's the point of mod? Mod, I don't know why people use it. I guess it seems like I guess because people just like to have power and like to feel like they're recognizable and kind of bragging rights, I guess, in a sense. Is why they want mods on streams. But what's the point of having it in general? It's just so that me hosting the stream, like if there's a bunch of people being spamming or being idiots or doing whatever type of comments that can be removed, mods can remove them instead of me having to go in and delay whatever I'm doing to remove all the people. It's so that basically other people can monitor chat besides me, and put people in timeout, block them, etc. I don't know if I can block them, but I think I can put them in timeout and do other moddy stuff. How are you so good at Glide? So, practice. Yeti, there was 3 days I was playing 8 hours a day on, and for the life of me, I can't beat 108.4, or .2, sorry. I got 108.350, and I can't beat that. In fact, if you guys want me to, I'll go and show you on the stream where my ghost route is, and it's just insane. I mean, if I can do the rest, I'm pretty much near perfection with the ghost. And if I can do everything that in a couple sections the way that I did with my ghost, I know I could definitely get. Like, I feel like it's possible to still get like a 106 time, but just with all the little mini micro movements. And by possible, I mean like you got to be doing everything to the maximum possible perfection, because that map is hard. If you guys want to see me show you that on Yeti, where my just try to fly with my, at least stay with my ghost for a little bit. Yeah, it's difficult. It's 108.3 ghost, and I'm not even sure how color did, because there's quite a bit of sections I do better than color, but that's why Dill was a beast. I was kind of skeptical about, or I'm kind of skeptical about believing you when you said there was a guy that got 107.5 or something. I'm like, do I want to believe that? No, because I'm trying to work to be this 108.2 time, and I can say it's the world record because nobody has proof otherwise, because, you know, time glitch, unless they actually get it after they remove the time glitch. But that's basically, if I beat that 108.2 time, I'm posting that as the world record. Screw you guys. I don't care if there's that guy with the 107.5. He probably just used the time glitch to make it look like, or the speed glitch just to make it look like. Nah. But no, seriously, I think that it's very, very, very difficult on that map, and I pretty much perfected that map. Whereas these maps, there's quite a bit of leniency on how good you do, because, you know, we aren't perfect on these maps yet. Also, I messed that up a little bit. Dang it, I was doing so good. I gotta go. I'll be back in 15, and I'll be back in 10. Wow. Okay, I'll see you guys in a minute. Or when you're back. Wow. Yo, that was a beast. I mean, if you put 5 instead of 15, you would have been spot on right there. But no, I was just asking chat while you're gone if you guys want to see me do Yeti, because my ghost is like nearly perfection there. That's my best map. That's even better than Cavern. Like if you think about it, everybody's good at Cavern, but the Yeti's my map. Like, I feel like if I was on Xbox, I'd have second in the world, because Color has the record in quotation marks at 108.2, even though you told me a guy got 107.5, but I refuse to believe that. Sorry. I'm just gonna. I know it might be true, but I'm not believing it. But anyway, Color. But I think me and Color would be battling for the world record on that map, definitely. Like on this map, I think I've said this before, but Jesper's nowhere near me. Airy would be the one I'd battle with, but literally Jesper, third place, who got like 109.9 legit. I have a 108.3, so I'm over a second and a half faster, and that's a lot on a map like that where it's perfected so much. Like his speed glitch time, his original speed glitch record that he posted, which is 109.1 or I have faster time than that, glitchless. So, yeah, that's a thing. And also, the fourth person in the world, I'm 3 seconds ahead of on PS4. So, yeah, it's quite big. Like everybody can get around 111. Yeah, that's like everybody's best on here. But nope, I can get that 108 there. But no, I don't think that anybody's ever going to be this good at this or that good at this map, just because it's so difficult. This is the hardest map in the game. Even if you had equal amount of practice time between all the maps, I feel like this would be the hardest map in the game. I seriously do. It's so insanely difficult. Just to take even the right shortcuts, it's so difficult because I mean, yeah, we've all gotten better at the game, which is why world records or really good world records come up in like the first day. But we it just this map just even with that, it just seems to almost counter that and take away some because it's just so difficult. Like I'm not even trying to go for like a perfect run right now. Like I'm just this map seems so simple yet so hard, and it's also my favorite map. So I don't know. I don't know what I feel about it. It's just it's such an interesting map. It's by far the most interesting map in my opinion. Interesting by far, and favorite for me. Yes, it's probably not the favorite overall. Probably the least favorite Shrunk, which is actually hilarious if you think about it, because Shrunk is the best battle map, and I feel like the Giants map pack, I think I've said this before, was so forced. I feel like they saw how good Shrunk did and took opportunity of that, which isn't a bad thing. The only problem is, well, the concept doesn't work as well with Glide as it does with battles, or as it did with battles. So, yeah, I didn't like the Shrunk battle or Shrunk Giants map pack in general. I just felt like all the maps were forced, but the other ones had a lot better concepts, I felt like, than Shrunk. Shrunk just seemed like it just doesn't seem like a good map in terms of gameplay and a bunch of other crap reasons. I didn't like it. I don't know if you guys like it, but I didn't like the map, and it's not just to do with the fact that I have the sensitivity limitations on it. I just put a longer amount of time because I'm normally late. Yeah. What was the first map on Glide? Cavern. Now, I'm going to tell you guys a story of how I kind of got into it, and this is kind of what I remember. Alright, here's basically my story. I might actually do this in a full video by itself, but I'll tell my story right here. Yeah, I might do it in a full video by itself and add like details and stuff. But basically on Dragon, or not Dragon, sorry, on Cavern, which was the first map that came out in Glide. I remember when it first came out. So I'm trying to remember the order of the events that actually happened, but basically, when it first came out, there was Toy Cat. There was the four. You guys, I hope you guys know the 4B4J: Eco, Soldier, Stampy, IBX, Toy Cat, and somebody else who I don't actually remember, which is kind of bad. Versus the 4 people from 4J. And anyway, the 4 people from 4J put their times on the leaderboards, and I think the fastest of which was like 110, which at the time, if you think about a brand new game and that stuff, that was actually pretty fast. It's only like 8 seconds off the world record now. Again, they were devs and they did technically, practice it a lot. But besides the point, they did pretty good there, and I started playing it and got like I remember the first time I played it, I died a bunch. I might have got like over 2 minutes or something. I didn't do very good. But the second round I ever played a Glide, this was in a public game. I wasn't playing solo. I got 1 minute 40 seconds. Which was pretty good. I made it actually. I didn't take the world record route. I didn't take shortcuts at all. I just took the main route on Cavern, which is the easiest map, and I managed to do it flawless just on my second try. Now, I was good at the game, and I think that's a lot of the reason why I've gotten into Glide. Just because it accumulates, like, I like kind of racing type things, and also just because I was good at it. I was good at navigating the Elytra to begin with, and I'm just good at it. I feel like I'm good at this game, so that's why I play it. Things are more enjoyable when you're good at them, usually. So, yeah. Sorry. After that, though, I was able to bring down my time to somewhere like around probably into the 120s pretty quickly, then below 120 and slowly nip it off. I took like eventually the best route. I think time when I was doing the best possible route with that shortcut, that 2x2 shortcut, which always seemed super hard, which compared to some of the ones on Icarus is a cakewalk. But basically, that I think it was even before I got that, which I got like a 110 or 108 time, and actually probably beat the 4J people, even though the world record was already faster than that. I don't know how many of you guys were around in the Glide community, but do you guys remember the first leaderboard reset? There was actually already a leaderboard reset. I want to know if you have it. The world record right now, as of right now, I think is about 101.4 on Cavern, the legit world record. Again, speed glitch, they've gotten under a minute, but 101.4 I think is about the world record speed glitch. Well, technically the world record's like 30.000, but anyway, the time glitch. But no, basically after that, what happened was sorry, what happened after that? Sorry, basically what happened, I don't know if you guys knew, is at this time, they actually added this later. Have you guys seen, like, if you miss a checkpoint and you somehow don't get it, it says you're going the wrong way? Well, they implemented that feature. At the beginning, you didn't have to go through all the checkpoints. Now, I don't know if you guys remember this, but first there was this kind of weird hole that you found that you could go around to the side of the map and kind of outside of the map, which was kind of ominous that you're like, hey, there's a tree and there's, like, no border here. I feel like these two shortcuts I'm about to tell you were intentionally put in the map and then patched up later, just because they wanted to have something kind of fun for people to work towards. I don't know. They seem way too ominous and like perfectly fitting for them to be non-intentional. But anyway, they went through those little side ones, and you could get like 50 seconds or whatever legit on it. This was out like a speed glitch or a time glitch. You could get 50 seconds just with this huge shortcut that skipped like half the map. Then we found another one, which was like this 1x1 hole, which was kind of crazy. Which, by the way, you can still do it. Of course, now you have to go through all the checkpoints, so it won't count your time, but it actually helps you get the supersonic achievement. You can get that by doing it. I don't know if you guys knew that. That's actually how I got the achievement, because I was trying to do it in a survival world, and just the way I was setting it up, it was so hard to do. But yeah, trophies actually do count in Glide, if you did not know that. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Anyway, if you went through that one shortcut, the fastest time in the world was 27 seconds, but that one was like a glitch because a weird thing happened there. So the fastest time was about 30 seconds. Also, the other reason why they fixed the leaderboards, I don't know if you noticed, but on PS4 there was a glitch, or I don't know if it was on all the platforms, so it was at least on PS4, and about 1,000 people got it, and basically it gave you 0.000 seconds. So yeah, that's a problem. Just to random people. It wasn't even intentional on their part. They just randomly got it. Like, it didn't, they like died before the finish line, like reset the timer or something, and then like gave them 0 seconds. So those were the two reasons why they patched it and reset the leaderboards. They reset the leaderboards right after the Beast track came out, which is kind of the reason why I thought they were going to reset the leaderboards right after this one came out. But yeah, they had this map came out with the bug fixed, and then they and that the Beast track back, if you didn't know, was Kraken, Yeti, and Dragon. Anyway, then after that, I didn't get the world record on Kraken, or on Cavern. I've never actually held the world record on Cavern. The first world record I ever got, excuse me if I'm wrong, was on Dragon. 109.1, which now probably seems insanely slow as it's over 11 seconds off the record, or about 11 seconds, I think. I was later beat by Par Plays, which is actually how I figured out to meet him. 107.650 is what he got, and I actually tied that record, which I thought was hilarious. I literally tied it. Then somebody else came along, beat me, got like 106. I got 105 for another record. Somebody beat me with a 103.9. I think it was like Biza Boy or someone. Anyway, they got 103.9. I beat that by getting a 103.4 or whatever, and then Jesper came along and beat me, or 103.2 I think is what I had, and then basically then was the speed boost glitch. But that was the first world record I had. I actually, at multiple points, I actually held 3 of the 4 world records, which if you think about it, is probably mathematically the most out of anybody besides maybe Jesper, but that's your have to question about the legitimacy of that, as they were all using speed glitches. But legitly, I think I've held the most world records out of anyone that's actually in a time where all the times were were legit. And I had, I had, or most portion, I guess, because I had 3 of 4. I had, at one, just for a very small amount of time, I had Dragon, Yeti, and Kraken, and for a long period of time I had Yeti and Kraken. I originally had Yeti at 115, Then Par beat it and got like 112, which was actually quite a bit faster. And I got 111 to beat that. Then I held on to that for a while. Ended up getting a 110.7. And just recently, even though it doesn't technically count, I was able to dwindle my time down to a 108 on Kraken. The first day I came out, this was the closest I've ever been to the record. I had it actually has over 1,000 views. My 129 totally best route, it was not the best route, video, where I was at the time second in the world because the update had just came out. I actually got the world record. It was the third one I got at like 120. The most world records I've had, if you're wondering, is probably, I think, four, because I had Kraken, Yeti, Dragon, and Body. But that's the most I've actually legitly had, and that was before the speed glitch, but that was like right after Yeti, or after Body came out. So anyway, on Kraken I had like a 120, which was beat by King Killer, who was one of the most prominent at the time, and then Princess M, who's actually in chat, I'm pretty sure you beat that with a 117, which I beat with a 116, Jesper beat with a 115, and yeah, that's basically the story of me on Kraken. Body, I love how I can remember all these details. Anyway, Body, I had the Body. First day it came out, I was the first. No, I was the second person. Was I the second person? Yeah, the second person. This was like right after it came out. I was actually at my brother's house. I wasn't even at my house, but I was the second person ever to get under 2 minutes on Body, which is, I guess, kind of an achievement. Cool. An accomplishment, I mean, but yay. But besides the fact that I was like the second person ever, wow, to get, it's not really special at all, but to get below 120, below 2 minutes, I had the world record at 120 or 54. Then Par B, I got like 152. I got like 151. It was beaten again, and later on I got the world record a couple times with 147 and 146. And Jesper ended up getting it with a 145 time. So yeah, basically that's the story of all the maps I've had the world record on. I think have I held the world record on any other maps? I mean, obviously Icarus, duh. But no, I don't think I've actually held the world record on any other maps. Mobs, I technically have one, like the fastest unglitched time, because Jesper's is glitched, but Jesper has like a 120 time, but it's obviously not on the leaderboards because he got his like glitched 30-second time, whereas I have a 124 time. And yeah, basically I've came close on a lot of things. So I've obviously I have it on Icarus, or I had it. Supers has it, which is his only world record, which is kind of cool, for him at least, which probably isn't gonna last very long. Yeah, basically, I don't think he's going to hold on to that for very long, because Airy just came back like a day or two ago, and I think he's been playing this map a lot. He has a 132, and I'm just about to take him past him with a 131, and I mean, yeah, he can try to protect this map, but yeah, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't really know how long he's going to hold on to this map for. Hazer Swagger had a couple maps earlier, and I think Jesper's taken over Celts, Jesper had either Celts or Excalibur, I can't remember which one, and I think he's taken over the other one since, and I'm pretty sure Hazer Swagger doesn't have any records again, but yeah, it's cool seeing some of the people that were in the Glide Elite Racers League into kind of getting a lot of the world records, besides, Airy, me, and Jesper. But yeah, Airy was battling with King Killer. King Killer was one of the OG players, if you guys didn't know, of playing this. Me and him, for a bit, at one point between me and him, we had every single world record out of the 4 world records, after the Beast Track, like when he had Kraken and Cavern, and I had Yeti and Dragon. Airy started battling with him. That's kind of when Airy joined, and and then Jesper joined later. So basically, he was OG. He kind of stopped playing. Him and King Killer kept going back and forth for the record. Bring it down from like a 106 or a 105 to like a 103, 102 time. But yeah, that's basically what happened. Thing with Kraken, especially with Jesper, and I'd like to point out, and Invison and all them, is they basically they practice Cavern just so much. It's insane. it's the original map and they're just good at it, so they're like, oh, I'm just gonna keep practicing, which is kind of like, oh my god, this is crazy. But that's part of the reason why they're so good at the map, I think, at least. Basically, they just practiced it way, well, I'm not gonna say too much, but a lot. Basically, that's the reason why they're so good at the map. Again, that's the reason why everybody's good at every map, you can argue. If you didn't practice, I'm sorry, you're not going to have the world record. Like, no, sorry. So you can't just pick up a controller, play it once, and be like, yeah, there's my world record. No. Unless, like, the update, like, came out, like, 10 seconds ago. In which case, yeah, you can probably do that if you're pretty good at the game. But even practicing on other maps, if you haven't, obviously helps you, because it helps you with the mechanics of Glide, and, like, being very good with managing your elytra, like in terms of movements, and like it's almost like it's connected to your eyes if you guys think about it. It's like you aren't consciously thinking about how you're moving it and getting nice smooth movements each time you move the control stick and when you're playing Glide. You don't. Oh, I'm hoping I could get a world record run potentially right here. Let's see how you can do it. Let's see how I do. Ah, I don't know how I get so much speed through there. Oh my god. It's crazy to me how I possibly can get so much speed through there. Yeah, I got 132.05. I don't know how I get so much speed through there. I need to figure out how to replicate that. I feel as though it's something I just need to do. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta work on the maps. Basically, practice makes perfect in this game. It's like any other game. Practice makes perfect. The more you try, the better you get at it. It's just like playing a sport or doing anything else. Playing any other game. Practice makes perfect. But yeah, the stream's been going on for how long has the stream been going on? I'm just wondering. Let me check. An hour and a half so far. So. Haven't been able to beat the record. Hoping I can on stream. Kinda. Really hoping that, but we'll see. We shall see how I do. Why is it offline? What do you mean it's offline? My game? My game's offline because I'm playing by myself. That's the reason. It's playing solo, but yeah, that's basically, I'm not really offline. I'm still connected to the internet and stuff like that, but I guess in a way I'm technically offline, but let's see. What am I eating? Actually sushi, which is kind of funny, but no, I'm eating sushi. That would be what I'm eating. And no, I'm not Japanese. I just like sushi. But yeah, sorry, I'm hungry. Haven't eaten in a bit, so wanna eat some. So, yeah, I wonder what you guys think. Soon all the blocks in Minecraft are gonna be retextured slightly, which I don't think is gonna do much to the Glide maps really, especially considering some of them are in different texture packs. But it's cool. I don't know if you guys have seen the textures, but most of them are barely changing, and by barely I mean barely, and a lot of them are for the better. The most negative criticism I've seen is that they're spending so much time and energy into making these tiny little changes, but at the same time it's kind of new and fresh look. It isn't like they're changing all the blocks so they look completely different. They're making them look better and smoother because pretty much all the blocks in Minecraft haven't changed their look since they've come out. Yeah, it's almost 9 for me, too. I mean, if you're in the UK, then, oh my god. If you're in the UK, I don't know why you're watching this stream, unless you're, like, rewatching it after it's done, which is very good, but, you know, let's see, there was a beast. You can, I guess, catch up where you left off before, if you gotta go now, but, we shall see you, later, I guess, or maybe in the next stream. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how I can do through here. Possibly get the record. The easiest record, if you're wondering, for me to ever get was the one I got with a 1:16 time on Kraken, because I'd improved the games at my game so much, and I was already just barely off the record. I literally spent less than 30 minutes just getting that record, which, if you think about it, is insanely low amount of time, considering how much it's already been out, or how long it had already been out of the map. It had already been out for months. So, yeah. I think the consoles as a whole have gotten more competitive in general. I literally think that if the super, or no, not the supers, if Jesper and Airy weren't here, didn't stop playing, or which they're still playing a bit, but if they stopped playing completely, I might be able to get almost every single, like 7 records probably. I don't know if I could get every, because again, the sensitivity problem on Shrunk, and let me think. What's the other problem I have? Because I could get Cavern. There's nobody really besides Airy and Jesper that are better than me there. Kraken, I could get, definitely. I have the fastest time besides them. And and let's see, Yeti. Well, yeah, I can get that pretty much regardless. Dragon, yes. What else do we got? We got Canyon. No. Or Temple and Canyon. So sorry, I could get it on about 6. I could get it on. Okay, let's just say I can get it on the majority of maps. I could. I couldn't get it on Temple. No, I couldn't get it on Canyon. There's definitely people who are better than me besides those 2 on those maps, and I couldn't definitely couldn't get it on Shrunk. Can you change it to online? Oh, thank you for the good luck. Can you change it to online so I can join? No, this is actually, I'm going for the world record right now. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, that's kind of the name of the stream, but basically I'm trying to get the world record. My best time, if you see my ghost right there, is actually, I was able to get this earlier on stream, 7/10 of a second off the record on PS4. So I'm really trying to see if I can beat this ghost by a little bit and earn myself the record. I'm kind of hoping I could, improve on my time quite a bit, but whatever. If I could potentially do that, then I could, get it. I feel like it's better to wait sometimes and keep trying to beat the record by a bit than just beat it just barely, because then the other person sees it and they're like, oh, easy record, I'll take that, thank you very much. And Airy's also going for this one. I'm not sure if he's just going for this one or if he just played a little bit of all the new maps, but we will see. I guess we'll find out sooner rather than later. So let's see. I hate Kraken and Temple. Who agrees? Kraken I actually like quite a bit. Temple I don't like. Shrunk I don't like. I both don't like the gameplay and the looks, especially to Temple. I don't like them. Temple and I don't like either of those maps. Let's just put it that way. I think they're the worst 2 maps in the game. If I do a top 10 maps in Glide, those are going to be the bottom 2. I'm just going to give a little spoiler right there. I'm not sure which one I put lower, because Temple's a little bit better because it's using the default texture pack, which I prefer a little bit. But at the same time, Shrunk just looks more aesthetically pleasing in general, because. But the gameplay on Temple is a bit better, and it's a toss-up between which one's the worst. But no, if you're wondering what my favorite map is, it's Yeti. I just really like the map, and that's part of the reason why I feel like you might be like, oh, you only like it because you're good at it. Well, part of the reason why I play it so much is because I like it, and part of the reason why I like it, again, yeah, I guess you're right. It is because I'm good at it, but I like it because it tailors into my play style. Because there's all the maps, if you think about it, are just different in different ways. And also, now that I think about it, if you just saw there, my ghost is actually quite a bit behind me. So, don't mess up. Don't mess up. Of course, now that I'm super pressured, I'm gonna do even worse than I normally would. But that one section I still can't figure out near the end, right after the double boost. I still can't quite get perfectly done. But we shall see. Hopefully I can get it. Yeah, everybody cheer me on. Woo, 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 woo. Hopefully I can do it. Hopefully I can. Let's hope. I almost thought I was going to hit something there. Okay, I'm coming up into the section, guys. I'm coming up into the section. I'm coming up into the section, even though I'm probably gonna get all your cheers after I'm done, which is gonna be funny, especially if I fail. Then it'll be real funny. It'll be real funny if I fail. See, yeah, I failed. I can't believe. I don't know why I just can't. I guess I just nailed that section unbelievably good the one time I did. Because look at that. I was like a second ahead of my ghost, and my ghost just passes me by like a couple tenths somehow. Okay, I messed up, but yeah, that didn't work very well. Who hates Celts? I do. When Kenny came out, I got the record and held it for a week. Nice. Celts. Okay, here's the other thing I'm hating about some of the new maps, and this is part of the reason why I don't like Shrunk to begin with. There's a lot more reasons than just this. Is the fact that you can do 360. I don't like maps that depend on you doing 360s to be able to do certain parts. I just don't like it. I really don't like it because it's like 360s just seem really weird. I think I said it earlier on stream. I just don't like them in general, and I hate the maps that depend on them. They figured out, oh, you can do 360s here. We'll design Celts and Excalibur around so that you can help yourself a little bit by getting that extra speed boost with the 360s. Well, I don't want you to get that extra speed boost with 360s because I don't want all the maps to be so dependent on 360s. Again, because it basically is like, oh, yeah, you can play, at the beginning of the game, it's like, oh, yeah, you can play this with any sensitivity and do just as well. And now it's turning into, on some maps, oh, you have to have 200 sensitivity or else you're going to play absolutely horrible. Oh, well, thanks. I needed that, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't help too much. Yep. Let me see if I can nail those two boosts. If I don't get the world record on stream, I'm probably gonna review what Supers did because I know I'm taking the pillars, which he isn't, and I know there has to be something that I'm taking different than him, and what color did that. Maybe besides the shortcuts, maybe there's one I'm overlooking a bit. Again, not the 127 time. I'm talking about the 130. Well, maybe not the 132. I'm probably just gonna mainly look at Supers to see what he did because I know there's a couple things I did better than him. So if I can just learn the things he did better than me, then I can improve, so and be faster than him. So yeah, that's what I like. I hate it when you're just a bit slower than someone and you just can't quite get that extra bit of speed. Then it's better if, hey, they're doing this better, I'm doing this better. I just need to learn what they do better, and even if I don't do it as well as they do it, I still get it. Woo! I can still get the record. That's what I like. It's a lot easier. That's pretty much the reason why I like it. I'm just gonna be honest there. That's the reason why I like it, because it's just easier. No, but seriously, it's a lot easier. Let's see. Oh God. Oh no. Okay, I actually hit that section really well. The only problem is my ghost had, already caught up to me, so that's a thing. But let's see how I do through here. Through the end section, I might have actually just got the record. We shall see. Nope, I beat it by about 2/10. I'm still solid 3/10 alive, or 5/10 off. Actually, I've been on for more than an hour. I've been on for almost 2, I think. Let me check really quick. I've been live for, if my finger can hit the, goddamn, why do they make this progress bar so small? What, huh? Okay, there, I finally hit it. I've been on for 1 minute, almost a minute, 1 hour, almost 1 hour, 38 minutes, yeah. Yeti is okay for me. I'll be trying to beat you in the new maps when I get allowance. I may try to. And the chat is messing up, so I will not be typing. Do good. Okay, thank you. Yeah. You can get, are you going to say speed boost? Or the funny thing is I have learned about maps. I think I had an argument almost in stream, but about how the speed boost glitch works, but I've noticed on maps, like I said there, and I kind of alluded to, there's a couple parts where you can hit, if you hit the wall in a certain way, it can actually help you because it doesn't slow you down if you hit it at the right angle, and it kind of gives you a little bit of a boost forward. But I'm not saying, when I say a boost forward, I don't mean like, hey, you're getting this giant speed boost glitch. No. I mean like a boost forward by like you know how when you hit a wall, it kind of like you take damage, and it's kind of like that little damage boost where you just take a little damage and it kind of knocks you forward a little bit. basically that, and it slows you up by, it speeds you up by such an insignificant margin. You may as well just work on other parts of the map instead of that. But we'll see. I think IBX Toycat actually alluded to that when it first came out, that there could be certain maps where that could speed you up. But I feel like on Cavern there might be some way to utilize that, especially with like a perfect run, that you could somehow just hit it in perfect ways just to knock yourself in the right direction and slightly help you. The other thing that I'm wondering is if it's possible is, you know, the 2 updrafts that you take at the end? If you could somehow, I don't know, maybe you'd need a 360 or something for this, I hope not, but if you could somehow get over those, either by going through, you know where you take the shortcut, if you go farther to the right, through that cave kind of system that you can't quite make it to, just barely can't make it to, you barely just don't have enough speed, if you could somehow figure out a way to do that, or if you could make it over the updraft somehow just by getting somehow enough height. I just feel like it could be hypothetically possible. The other shortcut we've seen is the one on the bridge. Now the one on the bridge, I don't know if you noticed, but it seems like they want us to take that. It seems like they want somebody to figure out how to take that, or they just want it to be more baity than it is. Because originally it was a 1-block hole, and they actually made it bigger, so that's easier to go through and at least test it. Like, they literally, in an update, I think, just made it bigger. I don't think it was on the changelog or anything, but they literally just made it bigger. I'm like, oh, okay, the hole here is bigger. I actually noticed that one time, and I think it was way after the update. I was like, wait, wasn't that smaller a while ago? I'm pretty sure that was smaller. How to troll someone. Read more. Yeah, I have seen that, and I have fallen for that the first couple times, and then I stopped following for that. But yeah, guys, so probably let's play for another like 10 minutes or something. Then I'll probably get off because, yeah, I might end up finishing the world record off stream. So if it is, it's kind of a failed world record attempt, but it's kind of it kind of worked. Tell me though if you guys do like this type of stream. I'll try doing it earlier maybe next time, because I kind of forgot about when I started until I started that people in the UK kind of are sleeping. But I also didn't want supers to notice the stream was there, you know. But sorry. Anyway, yeah, basically, if you do want to see more streams like this, please let me know. Can you guys, I haven't been getting the most feedback, and I really want more feedback because I want to know what you guys want me to post, because then I'll kind of gear towards, you know, what you want me to post, because, yeah, I can't tell. I'm not psychic, sorry guys. I can't tell what you want me to post without you telling me what you want me to post. So, just tell me more about what you want me to post, because I got somebody who wants to see me play more UHC. I've actually uploaded a couple UHC videos. If you're watching this, the person that recommended that earlier, quite a while ago, if you want to see those. But no, I'll try doing that. I'm probably trying to do, but we shall see. Yeah, I hit that at a really bad angle there. I didn't quite getting up. What's the legit record? I think it's 114 or 115. I think if you just look up Minecraft Glide Temple World Record, anything under like 112 and stuff, I'm pretty sure is speed glitched. But even the 112 route, just substitute, like if you look at I think maybe my video, I'm not sure if mine has it, or just like another slower older world record video like Invison's original 119 one. You basically just mix the beginning and you take it out of like the speed glitch world record video, because the speed glitch one, all that's different is the beginning. So it's like 115 or 114, I think is the world record. Yeah, thanks for the cool vid. My throat gets, I notice I can't do live streams. Like I can almost tell when I'm about to hit 2 hours, because my voice starts to get raspy, because I've been talking for so long. It just does. My voice really does start to get raspy. My throat starts to get dry, because I've been talking for such a long time. Yeah, but if you guys haven't already, you know, and you're new to the stream, check out my other vids. I have a lot of Glide vids. You can probably tell that, and world record and stuff like that. So give a nice subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and you know, like this live stream. But yeah, we shall see how we shall do through the rest of this. I'm probably going to be getting off soon. I'm hoping I can somehow beat it before the stream ends. That would be really cool. In fact, ideally, I mean, this would be in a perfect world, I would beat it, because I can't really actually upload, because I'm kind of pausing gameplay recording when I'm doing this, because of the quality I'm recording in. And basically, ideally, I would beat the world record by just a little bit right now, and then later on I'd upload a video with a faster time, like maybe by going through that hole in the wall. See, if I can make that hole in the wall, I could have a pretty crappy run and still break the world record. But hey, at least if I learn how to do the rest of the track really well, and then I can figure out how, and then I learn how to do the hole in the wall, I feel like that's better, because when I do that giant hole right through the middle, if I can do that, then I know I can beat Color's record. I know I could get 124, maybe even 123 potentially. In fact, I feel like if with new routes and new ways to do it and perfecting this map, you could definitely get under 120 on this map. I feel like that's definitely possible. I like by likely to happen very soon. No, possible. Yes. I'm very interested to see what will happen in the future with this. I'm wondering if the community will die out, or if the game will just, like, Glide will kind of die out when people don't really play it, or when they stop coming out with updates, or if it'll keep going and people will just, like, get weird. Because it would be kind of weird if I just, like, say this game in a year. Think about how good people are compared to the beginning. Like, think about how unbeatable the world records would be. That's just what I'm thinking. The one thing that is kind of turning away people from Glide, I feel like right now, is the fact that there's the speed glitch, and it's kind of hard to get world records instead of your glitchless world records that are kind of hard to prove. And basically, if you don't have a YouTube channel, you don't really have very much motivation. But and the problem I feel like with score attack, besides the fact that people would rather just go super fast, which is a lot simpler than, you know, try to go through all these hoops and figure out what the best possible way is to go through the hoops to get the maximum possible points that are all valued differently, is that you need to or that you can't, like, there's a maximum score for score attack, and I mean, yes, there's technically probably a fastest possible time, obviously there is for Glide, but people can get that maximum possible score within, like, the first week, and then it's just like, oh, well, I can't break the world record, I can only tie it, whereas, you know, Glide or time attack, you can't really do that. So but why does Jesper always does the lights go down? See, I kind of commented on that today about how annoying that is. Not to Jesper, just in general. I was talking to somebody about it. He always uses that because it's apparently, like, I think on Share Factory or whatever software he uses, I think it's on Share Factory because that's what we have on PS4, but unless he uses, like, a different editing software, it's the only good song apparently he has on there, so he just uses it all the time. The only problem is it kind of actually gets a lot of annoying, and I've only heard it a couple times, which is the funny part. It's getting really annoying for me, even though I've only heard it a couple times, because I usually watch the Glide videos on mute, just because, I don't know, I do, because a lot of the time I'm analyzing them and I don't want to hear the same lines of a song over and over and over and over and over again because I'm analyzing the same part. But yeah, that's part of what can get you a lot better at the game. Really analyze the video. Don't just watch it and learn where the route is. Analyze every single move, because every single move that people do, especially if the map's been out for a very long time, and the people are really good at it, every single move they do makes a difference, and every single angle they take, and every single way they hit everything. Basically, there's nothing that a world record person does unintentionally. They do everything super intentionally. And anyway, I think we're going to wrap up the video right up here. I'm not going to get the record right here. No, I'm not. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave the game really quick. But I'm not going to end up the stream yet. I'm just going to show you guys Yeti, what I was talking about on Yeti. Basically, how fast my Ghost is. Again, I haven't played Yeti in a bit. I got 109 today on it, but I haven't played it in a bit, so I'm probably not going to be right on top of my Ghost. But just try to see how impossible my Ghost is to beat. In fact, there's so many different ways people have figured out how to go at the beginning, and I think we found out the best way to go at the beginning with my video. This is not the same way. I think it's a slightly different way, which is part of what helped me speed up from my the one I posted that was 108.7. But let's see. Well, it's not the only good song. No, like the only one he can use on Share Factory, because there's only like 10 or 15 songs on Share Factory. And remember, you have to use songs that are free to use. Otherwise, you're gonna get like the video taken down for copyright. But yeah, I know. I'm not saying it's the only good song in the world. No. Oh crap! This is. Okay, never mind. My ghost path on this one is messed up because I did get the 30-second time. Look how badly it messed up my ghost. That's something they need to do. I think they need to reset the ghost data. I almost forgot that my my minute 8.2 time or 0.35 time is actually not on this account. It's on my Shots of Lead YT account, which is a separate account I made like originally, and I kind of am using it now just for glide on Yeti, just so I have an actual ghost I can race. But basically, yeah, there's no ghost there. Here, I'm just gonna complete one game of Yeti to show you guys how good I am, as long as I don't, mess up. Okay, I messed up. Anyway, I think I'll just round up the stream. You guys can see my world record video if you want to see it, the 108.71. It's not 108.3, but you know what? It's really close. I don't think there's very many people in the 108s anyway. And if I beat it, yeah, I'll upload a video if I can beat Color's record and possibly get a 107 time. But I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please give a like and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.